I walk over to Sayori, who has just finished up with MC. Hey, Sayori.
Hey, you ready to share poems?
Yep. Sayori and I exchange poems. And it's Dear Sunshine. I'm not gonna read it because it's just Dear Sunshine. Sayori, why do I have a feeling that you wrote this just as you woke up this morning?
No, just a little bit.
You did, didn't you? Statement, not a question.
I forgot to do it last night.
I thought so. But it's not like I can say anything about it. I wrote mine just a few minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah, sorry for lashing out on you like that. I wouldn't really call it lashing out.
That's alright.
Back on topic. Your poem sounds just like you.
I had eggs and toast. MC made them for me.
Ah, yes. And Monica made me eggs in a salad.
Nice. And about your poem, though, I like it a lot.
Thanks. We give each other our poems back. Alright, see you later, Sayori.
Bye.
Next up, Yuri. Yuri!
Oh, hello, Hallie.
You good to share poems?
Here you go.
We exchange poems. It's the raccoon! Yup. Yuri continues to read intently at my poem. It looks as if she's going to burn a laser through the paper. Yuri?
Oh, sorry. I was just rereading it to understand it better.
Oh, alright. What do you think then?
Well, it's definitely something. It's good, though.
Thanks. Yours is good too. It's a lot more metaphorical than yesterday's. I remember yesterday's conversation with MC about Yuri. I'm starting to sound like him. It's not bad or anything. It's what makes her poems unique.
That's right. It's much closer to my preferred writing style.
Right, I forgot you like making ample use of metaphors in poems.
Yep. I see poems as a canvas to express vivid imagery and emotions through them.
And you're pretty good at it too. I hand Yuri her poem back, and she gives me mine too. Alright, see you around, Yuri.
Goodbye.
So one thing that's a little fishy about that is apparently like all their problems are solved in this mod because there's like they don't want any conflicts for anybody. It's supposed to be super happy, wholesome times. But the raccoon is like explicitly about Yuri's cutting problems. So if she doesn't have them, then why does she write about that? I'll walk over to Natsuki next. Natsuki?
Hey, Hallie. Let me guess, you want to share poems?
Yep. We exchange poems. And it's Amy Likes Spiders.
Not bad, right?
It's longer than yesterday's, that's for sure.
Yesterday's was too short. I did this one with a more serious mindset.
But what do you have against Amy?
Oh, that. Amy isn't actually real. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
What? Words. Oh, so you mean like as if someone was viewing your manga?
That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid.
Alright then. So anyway, what do you think of my poem?
Well, the language you used makes your poem a bit harder to read. But it's still good.
Thanks. Alright then, Natsuki, I've said everything I wanted to.
Okay, Hallie. See you around.
See ya! And with that, I move on to the last one. Yo, MC. You want to read through my poem? Sure! I hand over my poem to MC as I have a conversation with myself. It's good! If I had a poem, I'd give it to you. Thanks for letting me read it, man. MC hands my poem back to me. No problem. Just don't forget one for Monday. Don't worry, I won't. I wouldn't want the prez to curse me if I don't have one prepped for the festival. Haha, don't worry, she's not that mean. Yeah, I bet. Well, I'll see you around, MC. Later, dude. And with that, I have successfully shared poems with everyone. Okay, it was me saying goodbye to MC. For a second, I thought MC said goodbye to MC, and I was like, wait, I've confused myself. Just as I go to sit down, Monica stands up and gains everyone's attention.
Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have some planning to do today, so everyone gather around.
We all get together and sit down at a bunch of desks pushed together into a large table. I take a seat next to Monica.
All right then. We need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide on who's doing what this weekend.
I already know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted.
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Hallie will be helping me with them. Siri, you started work on posters already, right?
Yup. And MC is helping me.
That I am.
All right, and as for Yuri, you can make some banners and decorations to set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere.
Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself.
Your mind is already racing, I see. All right then. I think that sounds everything. In that case, I think we can all go home now.
And with that, everyone starts backing up.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Natsuki and Yuri make their way out the door. Everyone ready to walk home? Yep, they all said.
I just need to lock up the club room.
Monica locks up the club room, like she said, and we all head outside. The sun is slowly starting to set. We go down our street, and slowly but surely we reach our houses. We wave goodbye to Siri and MC, and I unlock the door. We step inside.
Finally home.
Monica leaps into my arms as soon as she drops her bags.
I've been lacking this all day.
We sit like that for a good few minutes.
All right, I think I should get started for our supper.
Sure, but get changed first.
Right. I don't want to get a bad stain on my uniform. I might as well do a load of laundry to clean all the clothes.
Monica goes upstairs to get changed and to get all our dirty clothes to clean them. While she's doing that, I go into the kitchen and grab 2 sets of plates and utensils. I set the table, then I go upstairs too. I walk in and I see Monica shuffling through her book bag. What are you looking for?
Just where I left my prototype pamphlet designs.
Oh, alright. She takes out a paper and puts it on the desk.
Did you want anything special for supper?
Surprise me.
Oh, if you're going downstairs, can you take the laundry with you?
Of course I can. Come downstairs when you're ready.
Okay, I'll just be a minute.
So I guess she's gonna cook in her PJs? I go downstairs and throw the clothes into the laundry machine. I walk past Monica and go back upstairs to get changed. I put away my things and get changed into my sleepwear. As I finish, a very good smell lures me downstairs into the kitchen. I walk in and I see Monica whipping up a salad. And on the table, I see some baked potatoes. Monica comes over with the salad in hand and sets it on the table. We sit down.
Let's dig in.
I take a bite out of the food Monica prepared for me. And just like this morning, it has a special feeling to it. It tastes amazing.
Thanks. I made it just for you.
I still can't believe that simple salad can taste so great. As I said in the morning, the fact that this was made by the one you love and who loves you makes the food all the better. I love you.
You mean me or the food?
Both, but actually I love you much more.
Thank you so much. I love you too.
We eat the meal together and then we go back upstairs. Hey Monica. Thanks for everything you've done so far for me.
Hey, no worries. Besides, I'd do anything for you.
Still though, I want to do something to repay you.
No, you've done enough for me already. Me doing this for you is my way of saying thanks.
What do you say I make lunch tomorrow? There you go. Alright then, what do you say that I make lunch tomorrow?
Okay, but I'm on breakfast duty.
Then it's decided. I shut off the lights. And then I hop into bed with Monica. I softly take her hand. I love you, Monica.
I love you too.
She kisses my forehead. With that, I shut my eyes and slowly fall asleep. Day 2, The Flames of Writing, Saturday. Ugh. Huh? I quickly jolt out of bed when I hear a fire alarm go off.
What's going on?
I don't know, but it's not our alarm. Wait,
Sayori!
we bolt outside and run to Sayori's house. The door is open. Did we just scene transition to the same scene? I see a bit of smoke coming from inside. I quickly run inside with Monica. As I charge into the kitchen, I see MC using a fire extinguisher on a very black pan. Sayori is standing in a corner crying.
I'm sorry!
Damn it, Sayori, this is the second time you nearly burnt the house down. You're banned from touching the stove. As the fire is put out, all that's left in the pan is a very black charred pancake? I think it's a pancake. Sayori, is that supposed to be a pancake?
Yes! I wanted to surprise MC with it, but I didn't know how long.
What even happened? I walked into the kitchen when I smelled something burning. When I got there...
I accidentally left the pancake on the stove! And it caught fire! Hey, Sayori.
Abrupt end of crisis.
Yeah? Why don't I help you make these pancakes? Okay.
We head over to our house while MC stays to clean up the mess. Sayori brings along what's left of the batters she made. Monica and Sayori head over into the kitchen. Sayori starts frying the pancake while Monica is showing her what to look for and when to flip it. After a bit, and a few stumbles, the pair bring out a stack of fresh pancakes. Just as they finish, MC comes through the door as well. We all take a seat and grab a few pancakes. Monica brings out a few toppings too, and we put on everything we like. Sayori stuffs her pancake with jam and cream. MC sticks some chocolate spread and maple syrup on his. Monica grabs some jam and combines it with the maple syrup for hers. I slap on my normal toppings I like, and we all dig in.
Yum! These are so good! Thanks for showing me how to make them, Monica. No worries, Sayori. Just next time, don't forget to time it. And if you see smoke, take it off the heat. Otherwise, you'll make MC mad again.
We all finish up our breakfast. Sayori and MC make their way to the door, and we follow them outside.
See you later. Bye!
The pair make their way back to their home. Monica and I step back inside. You know, that must have been a very loud fire alarm for them to hear it across the street. I'll get the dishes washed. You can go upstairs and get yourself ready for the day.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
Monica goes upstairs while I get started with dishwashing. After a few minutes of washing the dishes, Monica comes downstairs and begins to help clean the table. We finish in about 5 minutes and we head upstairs. Alright, let's get those pamphlets done. If we get it finished today, we can have tomorrow to ourselves.
Okay, here's what I need you to do.
Monica lists down all the materials and steps to make the pamphlets. With that, we get to work on the pamphlets. It takes us about 15 minutes to get the pamphlets designed and printed. Monica, can you clean up here while I get started on making lunch?
Sure, go ahead.
I go downstairs into the kitchen. Alright, let's get cooking. I decide to make soup and stir-fried vegetables. I think you need a hyphen in stir-fried. Starting with the soup, I prepare some parsley, carrots, parsnips, and potatoes. I set some water to boil on the stove. Once the water starts boiling, I put in the vegetables, sprinkle in some seasoning, and set in a few noodles. I also throw in a bay leaf. Or maybe two. After a few minutes of boiling, I taste it. The flavors meld nicely together. I really hope she likes it. With the soup finished, I take it off the stove and set the pot on the table. I grab the ingredients for the stir-fry. Carrots, peppers, onions, peas, broccoli, and mushrooms. I cut them all up and set them aside ready to be cooked. I heat up a pan and pour on a bit of oil. I throw in the vegetables and add salt, pepper, and dill to them. I slowly stir the vegetables as they cook. A few minutes pass as the vegetables start to slowly fry. Grabbing a carrot from the mix, I taste it. It's good. I turn off the stove and set the mix on the table. Monica! I yell up to Monica as I set the table. Lunch is ready!
Coming! It smells good in here.
I'm glad you think so, but before you praise me anymore, you might want to try it first. Or, first try it is how they put that.
Well, I don't mind if I do.
We take a seat, and Monica scoops some soup into her plate. I follow after her and grab my spoon. I don't know how you put soup in a plate.
Let's dig in.
Monica eats a spoonful. Her eyes glitter with delight. I think I managed to do it.
This is amazing. I never knew you were this good of a cook.
It's really nothing special. But thanks, it means a lot. We finish up our bowls of soup and we grab some of the stir fry.
Ooh, it looks just as good as the soup.
She grabs a bite.
I guess it's not all looks. Mmm.
She scarfs it down in seconds.
More, please.
You're starting to sound like Sayori.
I can't help it. Your cooking is just too good.
She grabs another plate of the stir fry. I think I'm the happiest person in the world right now because I get to watch my beloved enjoy the food I made for her. We both enjoy our meal together. With that all wrapped up, I wash the dishes while Monica cleans up the table. Hey Monica, statement not a question.
Hmm?
Once we're done here in the kitchen, do you want to take a walk outside?
Sure.
I start cleaning up the mess I made from cooking. For a second I thought I said clearing. Monica grabs some of the dishes from the table and begins to wash them. Soon enough, we finish cleaning. I quickly prepare 2 bottles of water for the walk. I put the 2 bottles in a small backpack. And I stare at Monica for a bit. Seeing that smile of hers, it warms my heart whenever I see it. Those beautiful green eyes, that gorgeous coral brown hair.
Hallie,
Huh?
you were spacing out for a bit there.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Besides, I usually find myself staring at you more often than not, too.
She chuckles a bit, and I blush a little. Okay, so are you ready to get going then?
Not yet. I'm going to quickly change into something more suited for the weather. I'll be just a minute.
What could the weather be that is not suitable? Monica runs upstairs. There were words. I wish I could.
Hallie,
Monica yells from upstairs.
could you come up here for a minute?
Sure, I'll be right up.
Well, what do you think?
There's only one option.
Thank you so much, sweetie.
But where have you got these outfits?
Oh, the mod gave them to me. And a few other outfits, too.
Can you show them to me?
Maybe later. Let's go for our walk first, okay?
Sure. I feel like we already saw some of these outfits.
Well, what are we waiting for then?
I grab the backpack with the water bottles and we step outside. I check the time on my watch. 3:24. I lock up the door and we make our way down the street.
It's such a nice day today.
That it is. Makes for a perfect time to spend with the one you love.
Say, do you know what our class is doing for the festival?
I'm not entirely sure. I heard from one of our classmates that we aren't going to be anything. That we aren't going to be anything?
Oh, I was actually hoping to do something.
Yeah. Look on the bright side, though. We have pretty much the entire day together. And we're still doing the poem performance with the club. It'll be just the 2 of us with the festival to explore.
You're right. On Monday, let's have as much fun as we can.
That's the spirit. We continue along until we reach the entrance to a nearby park. We step in and a certain piece comes across. We take a seat on a nearby bench. How are you liking the walk so far?
It's really nice. I'm glad we can spend time together like this.
Same here. I look at Monica with her hair slightly waving in the wind as we sit. The nice quiet around us makes for a very nice moment. The birds are chirping, flowers are blooming, and the sun is shining bright in the sky. Monica. Dots. Let's just stay like that for a while. More dots.
I love you.
She said with a frown on her face. I love you too. We wrap our arms around each other, and we stay locked together for a good few minutes. Okay, you got it right this time by separating each and other, but there were a few instances where they were one word before. And that is not grammatically correct, so you should always split up your eaches and others. Dear viewer. I feel her soft hands wrapped around me, and I hold her tight as we sit there on the bench. I hear nature around us singing its peaceful music. Then suddenly,